guys, what is going on? Blossoms back. Welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. And yes, we gotta revamp this all over again. I was really proud of the videos that I made for the super rares and the rares and the ultra rares. And yeah, they've decided to change up the meta once again. There are a lot of changes. I mean, as you can see over here, from the last time we covered the super rares, you know, the best cars or the top 3 cars per track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are no longer super rares, so I'm gonna have to change it all up. The off-road and drag metas particularly have completely changed. All the North Loop stuff has changed as well. BMW's gone, the Mitsubishis are gone, Miura's gone, all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to revamp the series. I'll be back with the rares, ultras, and of course the epics. But welcome back to the top 3 cars for well, not every, but many of the tracks that's in the game. Here's a fun little fact that I want to share with you guys. This series started off, the first ever Super Rare video started off covering about 65 track sets. But I've always, you know, every episode that has been released, I've just added a little bit more track sets here and there and everywhere. I think at this point, I think we've got like 90 track sets. Yeah, 91 track sets that we can cover. So without further ado, as always, guys, I'm going to turn on my camera and we're going to get straight into it. Alright guys, let's get straight into it. Now before we get into it actually, okay, that's a little bit of counterintuitive. As always, the segment of the channel where I showcase diecasts and my videos. So shout out to Riel Marvel, don't know if I'm saying his first name correctly, showcasing 2 of his GTR R35s while watching one of my videos. That has to be gameplay day, probably gameplay day, huh? Anyway, cool GTRs. I do not know what they are from. They kind of look like Tomica Premiums maybe, but I might be wrong. But anyway, thank you so much for your submission. As always, guys, if you want to be a part of the series, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. Anyway, back to the series. So we've got about 90 track sets to go through. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to go through the ones that we've seen recently pretty quickly. So City Street's medium, City Street's small. Okay, medium, nothing has changed. That'll stay the same. Small has changed because the best car for City Street small in the last video was the Buick GNX. Buick GNX has gone up to an ultra rare, by the way. So with that being said, there are new winners, and it's the Renault Clio Sport. And also, I just realized something. I can actually turn on my camera because there is nothing that I need to showcase in terms of information in the top right corner. So I'm going to put my face back into the videos. Oh, I love it. I'm back. Okay, now, Twisty Circuit's up next. Nothing changes with Twisty Circuit. The winners from this video and the previous iteration is the same. We've got the Hyundais. But then again, you know, this could be a great little brush up if you forgot what were the best cars for some of these track sets. So, but I'll go through some of these super quickly. If it's a new track set with new winners, I'll let you guys know. Twin Circuit Rolling, about the same stuff. Just go for your Hyundai i30. Then for G-Force, literally Sprint, as well as the Jenna G40R. G-Force Rolling, this is a new track set that I added on for the Super video. The Jenna G40 Cup. This was a little bit of a surprise. You would think G-Force Rolling and the regular G-Force would have the same results, same winners. That isn't the case. The Lotus Elise Sprint actually falls behind the Janetta G40 Cup. Although there is a massive 0 to 60 difference, that G40 seems to be the winner here. Now, as always, guys, just to let you know, I get my information on the results based off the information available on Top Drives Records. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do so as well. But if anything is slightly wrong, I'm just getting it off Top Drives Records. Obviously, there are some, you know, Top Drives Records times where I'm just like, yeah, it's completely wrong, and I'm gonna just like flag it and stuff like that. I will not include those really wrong times in the video, of course. G-Force Wet, Caterham 7, Super 7600 is the best one to use. Monaco Hairpin, Pontiac Solstice as well. Tokyo Bridge. Okay, so this has gone through a little bit of a change because this used to be the track set for the BMW 640. That has gone up to ultra rare. So the best car to use for Tokyo Bridge now is a drag spec Buick Blackhawk, which is pretty crazy. It's not an RQ41 anymore. I'm using an old image here. The new Blackhawk's RQ is 47, I believe, but the stats remain the same. Infiniti G37 332 and the Holden HSV at 332, rounding out Tokyo Bridge. Moving on to Tokyo Off-Ramp Vauxhall. Honestly, the Vauxhall is a car that you want to fully upgrade for the super rares. You know, you'll feel pretty safe. It wins a decent amount. Tokyo Overpass, which was also a new addition. It was initially won by the BMW 640D, I believe, but the Ford FPV has now taken the reins. Now, the annoying thing is that we're going to be seeing the Ford FPV a lot, and that annoys me because it's a prize car. And the Ford FPV GT 40th edition ends up being the best car on multiple track sets in different tunes, some being 233, some being 323, and some being 332. And I find that particularly annoying because you can only own one of these cars right now while you're watching this video. You can only own one, so it's like, wow. So if I want to be the master of Tokyo Overpass, for example, I might not be the master of North Loop 4, which I believe the 332 is the best option. So, or there is a track set, or a few track sets where 332 is the best option. So it really comes down to, okay, how am I going to upgrade this car? You know what I mean? Like, what is going to be the best way to use it? And it's going to be a little bit annoying that way. Monaco's Narrow Streets is up next. No changes here. Your Lotus Elise Sprint. Monaco Narrow Streets Long Infiniti Q60 Sport. This car is great for this track set, as well as the regular hairpin for the Q60. Monaco Streets, this one was a little bit of a shocker. The Lancia D24 Pininfarina, according to Top Drives Records, is the best available car that you can use for Monaco Streets at 233, followed by the Q60 and the Pontiac Solstice GXP. If you guys want to test out the time on the Pininfarina yourself, you can. For this one, I'm trusting Top Drives Records, but then again, it does seem a bit odd that this car is the best one to use. Monaco Street's wet, it's a clean sweep. Hyundai Le Feu Rouge, you'll be seeing this car a lot. Monaco Hairpin wet, same situation. As always, please feel free to refer to the tunes that I have for each and every single car here. Tokyo off-ramp, we got the Mitsubishi Tarmac Spider, being the best car, followed by a whole host of Hyundai Le Feu Rouges. Butte, oh yeah, off-road meta is going to be changing as well, right? Because the GMC Acadia has moved up from a Super Rare to an Ultra. So for Butte, we've got the Fiat Stilo being the best car, followed by the Peugeot 504 and the Lincoln Navigator Concept. For Canyon Butte, we've got the Cadillac Escalade ESV at 323. This car, the ESV, is going to be pretty decent for a dragster at 332 as well, but 323 is the better option if you want to best the Canyon Butte. Navigator, followed by the Dodge Nitro. Next up, Canyon Butte Sand. So this one was wet and this one's sand. I believe wet is also the dirt one. For sand, we've got the Stilo, followed by the Ram 2500 and the Chevy K5 Blazer E. Then Deals Gap, no changes. It's the only one where the Jaguar XJS really shines. I don't think there's any other tracks that I know of in the game where the Jaguar XJS is the best Super Rare to use. Next up, Deals Gap Wet, Hyundai Tucson. This car doesn't win as much as I expected anymore, unfortunately. Hyundai Le Feu Rouge and Subaru Legacy. Forest Road is up next. Is the Vauxhall again, followed by the Hyundai i30Ns. Hyundai i30, if I remember correctly, was the best car for Twisty Circuit and Twisty Circuit Rolling. Car Park, we've got the Lotus Elise Sprint at 323, beating 233. So Lotus Elise Sprint, I'm sure you guys know, and if you don't, so a word of advice, one of those cars where you want to upgrade a couple, in different tunes, 1, 2, 3, 3, the other being 3, 2, 3. Slalom is up next. Again, Lotus Elise Supremacy. What is very interesting though is that the Caterham Super 7600 at 233 beats out most other performance tire cars on the Slalom. I think the main reason for that was because the Caterham Super 7600 is ridiculously light and ridiculously nimble in terms of proportions. Twisty Road, Lotus Elise Sprint all the way. Twisty Road Dirt, we got the Stilo again as being the best car, followed by the 323 504 and the 233 504. Twisty Road Gravel, we've got the Buick Encore. That's a new one, right? I think it didn't go down from an Ultra, but I think it got a buff, I think, in terms of stats. Murano Cross Cabriolet is next, followed by the Skoda Octavia Scout. Hairpin Road Gravel, we've got a 323 Escalade ESV again. So what to watch? I think the Escalade ESV is one of those cars where you kind of want to get a 323 and a 332. I can foresee me making another version of the Super car thing if new 49s are added into the game. But right now, because of Robin's plus and minus 3 RQ bullshit, some of the best cars are going to be 47 because he's not going to put anything in 49 because they need to drop by at least like 3 RQ or something like that. Dodge Nitro 323. Nissan Murano 323 as well. Slalom Gravel, Suzuki Ignis being the best, followed by the Buick Encore and the Subaru XV. G-Force Gravel, again, Suzuki Ignis. So really for gravel, G-Force, super twisty stuff. If that was a G-Force Gravel car park, it doesn't exist, but if there was, the Suzuki Ignis would probably be the best one to use, and then we went the Encore GX. Hairpin Road Wet, we've got the Caterham 7, Super 7 again, followed by the Hyundai Le Feu Rouges. I guess there are 2 of them. Slalom Wet, it's a clean sweep. Twisty Circuit Wet, it's a clean sweep. Lumbermill Twisty Circuit, we've got the Vauxhalls and the Hyundai. Again, when you see the Vauxhall, you see the Hyundai. If you see the Hyundai, you see the Vauxhalls. Basically, these 2 are going to be your premier hybrid cars that skew twisty. Yeah, and then your hybrid cars that skew fast are going to be the Fords, the FPVs, the Australians. Lumbermill Forest Rally, we got the Silo Barf Group N, we got the Peugeot Rally 504 Skoda Monaco. Lumbermill River Rally, again, a lot of changes here. Nissan Frontier Attack becomes the best Super Rare again. I think the last time this was like the best Super Rare was like the beginning at the height of JPT, I think it was, or maybe even before then. Yeah, I think it was JPT. The Raider Bajas came APGP, I want to say. Chevy K5 second, Octavia third, Motocross Dry, Skoda Montique, Nissan again, and the Ford Ranger Raptor. Ford Ranger Raptor used to be an ultra rare, has dropped down to a super, and this is the only time you will see the Ranger Raptor, I believe. I don't think you'll see it anywhere else. Oh, never mind. You will see it somewhere else. Motocross Dirt Wet. Same results. Okay, now I don't think you'll see it again. Hairpin Road Snow. Montique the best at 323. Frontier Attack. Again, 323. And Drag Spec, surprisingly enough. North Loop Relay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Because North Loop Relay was dominant. Was entirely, you know, covered by the BMW 640D last time. That car has gone ultra rare. So North Loop Relay is now going to be owned by the Australians. So if you're Australian, if you're watching, Clarkson, Rambucha, feel proud. Feel proud of your country, okay? North Loop Relay 1, Super Rare, sponsored by Australia. All these are new winners compared to the last video that we've seen. Holden HSV GTS, 323, 233, and then we have the FPV Force 8 at 323. North Loop Relay 2, it's a clean sweep of the HSV. North Loop Relay 3, again, similar results to North Loop Relay 1, but this time the drag spec version of the HSV GTS V2 is going to be the best card to use. North Loop Relay 4, again, it's a 233. So I said 332 is the best for this. I was wrong, but the 332 version of this FPV GT will show up later on in the video. Maybe Fast Circuit. I think it's Fast Circuit now. And then we've got the FPV Force 8, and then the Alpha 33, the only non-Australian car that you will see, I believe. Oh, there you go. North Loop Relay 5, the other non-Australian car, the BMW H2R being the best car to use, followed by the FPV Force 8 and the HSV GTS V2. Again, North Loop in general dominated by the FPV GT 40th Anniversary Edition, followed by two FPV Force 8s, 323 and 233. Fast Circuit, there you go. Yep. So again, you gotta ask yourself, how do you want to upgrade your FPV? You only have one. Are you gonna go 233 where it becomes the best car for multiple North Loop stuff, or do you want to go 332 where it's the best with the Fast Circuit? Honestly, Fast Circuit is the most common of the track sets that we've seen so far where the FPV is the best in. But I think Fast Circuit is the only one where 332 is the best in. So yeah, that's something for you to consider, I guess. 223 second best, 323 third best. But yeah, this thing is pretty damn good now, honestly. I guess it was second fiddle to the 640D. So yeah, great car. Fast Circuit Rolling, 233 is the best, followed by 323 and then 233. Drag spec just nowhere to be found anymore, I guess. Ocean City Streets, we got the Miles of Speed Excella. I do want more of those. That's a great car to have. And then we got the Hyundai IMAX and Drift Bus. I think that's the only time you'll see. I think you'll see it one more time. Ocean City Streets Wet, no changes, same as the last video. Just go for a drag spec Mitsubishi Legnum. City Streets Medium, you got the Ford Explorer Sport Track. And then City Streets Small, you have the Legnum back, but this time you go 323. So Ocean City Streets, you want to go drag spec on the Legnum. Regular City Streets Small, you want to go 323. Yeah, a lot to remember, right? Ocean Beach Slalom Wet. Cadillac Escalade ESV, Lincoln Navigator Concept, Lincoln Navigator. Ocean Beach Slalom Dry, which is the sand version with no rain. Fiat Stillo is the best, followed by the 504 and the Lincoln Navigator. Rallycross Medium Dry, Fiat Stillo, and the 504. Rallycross Small Dry, Hyundai Leffe Rouge. 233 better than 323, which is a little bit of a surprise. And then followed by the Fiat Stillo again. Fiat Stillo is going to be very, very useful going forward, for sure. I'm actually really surprised that the Stillo went down from an ultra rare. I thought the Cento was going to go down, if anything. Rallycross Medium Wet, Chrysler Aspen Hybrid, followed by the Yukon XL and the Buick Encore. Rallycross Small, it's the Escalade. Once again, the Escalade ESV wins more matches than I expect, which is interesting, I guess. And then we've got Hill Climb Dirt. Okay, Hill Climb Dirt, Hill Climb anything is just dominated by the thumbnail car of today's video, the G55 AMG. So best for the dirt, best for dirt wet, best for gravel, best for sand, best for snow, and best for the regular dry hill climb. So this is a car that you definitely want to keep and probably max multiple of, just for the hill climb niche. It is a ridiculously good car for anything hill climb. Look at the cars that win hill climb, by the way. No Miuras in sight. Blackhawk is next, and the El Camino. Crazy, right? Anyway, talking about Miura's quarter mile. Right, when it comes to the stuff that doesn't require ground clearance, Miura is dominant. Wins the quarter, best for the quarter, best for the half mile, best for the 1 mile. But when it comes to the test bowl, the BMW H2R. So when it comes to the super air drag meta, go BMW H2R, go Lamborghini Miura, and go G500 AMG, and you're pretty much set. 1 mile snow, still G55. 1 mile sand, however, Le Feu Rouge, then the G55. 1 mile dirt, no G55, just the Le Feu Rouge and the tarmac. 1 mile gravel, G55 comes back, but the best car is the freaking Audi S6 Avant for some reason. Yeah, according to Top Drive's records, that's the car to use. I mean, sometimes just having a high top speed will cut it, but yeah, that is a little bit surprising. But it beats the G55 apparently. Canyon Tour, Vauxhall VX220, Canyon Tour Wet, Le Feu Rouge, Hairpin Road, again, Q60, being the best one for that at 233, Ocean Highway, Pontiac Solstice. If I go through some of these tracks really quickly, it's because we've seen them before, quite recently on the channel in the first version of this video. Ocean Parking Lot, Lotus Elise Sprint being the best. Speed bump, half kilometer, this changes. Initially was won by the Plymouth Superbird, but now that has gone up to an ultra rare, we've got the Plymouth Hemi Cuda being the best car. So yeah, the fact that it came out from a rare, but it remains the best car for a track is pretty cool. Charger RT is up next, and the Hyundai iMax. There you go. I said we'll see it again. We've seen it again. Car Park Wet, Caterham Super, followed by the Subaru Legacy in third. Karting Wet, same results, almost the same results. Actually, Karting Wet 233 is better than 323. Tokyo Bridge, Le Feu Rouge at 332. Tokyo Off Ramp, we got the Mitsubishi Tarmac Spider. Tokyo G-Force, we've got the Subaru Legacy, you know, actually beating out the Caterhams, cool. Mountain Tour Wet, we've got the Hyundai Le Feu Rouge drag spec again being the best one to use. And then we've got the regular Mountain Tour, which belongs to the Holden HSV. And the Buick Blackhawk. I gotta say, the Blackhawk, very surprising. Very good car, actually. Then we got Forest Road Snow, Skoda Montique, Ram 2500, and the Nissan Frontier Attack. I'm pretty sure we are close to the end of our track sets here. Just a couple more to go. Yep, about 4 more-ish. Ford Escort Rally Spec. We've not seen this thing win anything since the Stillo went down, but it still has Slalom, and it has G-Force. So any super lightweight sand kind of situation, the Ford Escort will still be very useful for. Twisty Road Sand, however, not as twisty as a Slalom and a G-Force. You get the Stillo coming back, beating out things like the Ram 2500 and the K5 Blazer E. And then last but not least, I believe this is the last track set, a new one that I've added on for the series, Cross Country Grass. Stillo, again, being the best, followed by the Rally 504 and the Skoda Montique. So, like I said, we've lost about 6 cars from the last video. I've replaced them. Some new entries to remember. Stillo, for sure. We've got the Australians, the FPV Anniversary Edition. If you don't have this car, if you didn't win this car in the past, tough luck. Seriously. Your second best option would be the Holden HSV GTS in many situations. It still is the best in many situations as well. Sorry, it was a long recording. My voice is a bit dry now. Skoda Montique is a pretty decent one to invest in as well for the snow. Mercedes-Benz G55 as well as the Renault Clio for city streets small and medium. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, if you want to support the channel a little further, I will appreciate it if you checked me out on Instagram as well as my Patreon. Links will be in the description below. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, man. I hope you guys have a great day. But stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly, got it, jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly, got it, jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville Atlantic. Blonde hair, don't care, look like Leslie Brooks. Pin up girls everywhere with the drop dead look. Swing it side to side as we slow dance to the night. When I hold your